Hi guys, it's Rachelle here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I am back with another book video that I am so excited for. As I'm currently filming this, it is the end of November, which is absolutely crazy because that means December is going to be here very soon, and then it's going to be 2023. I really don't know where time went because it really still feels like it's mid-2022 right now. But because it is the end of the year and I'm kind of behind on my reading goal, in the next month I really just want to read as much as I possibly can. So I created a list of books that I want to read before 2023, and I'm going to share with you all those titles in this video. Also, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know that this wall behind me used to be a blank wall, but now I have a really nice piece of art on it. This canvas is from Tailored Canvases, who is the sponsor of today's video. Tailored Canvases creates premium quality canvases that can make your home look and feel homey. On their website, they have a variety of designs to choose from. They also offer the option to personalize your canvas to capture your memories and enhance any space in your home. I am not exaggerating how many options they have to offer. I actually had a really difficult time deciding which canvas I wanted because they had so many designs to choose from. As you guys already know, because it's on my wall already, Tailored Canvases was nice enough to send me one of their pieces. This design is called the Pastel Cloud Sunset over the Ocean Wall Art. The size of this one is 48 by 24 inches, so it's a fairly big piece. What I love about this piece is how simple and beautiful it looks. For my bedroom, I really wanted a piece of art that wasn't too bold, but also gave my room a little bit of color, while still going with the overall color scheme of the space. So this canvas is absolutely perfect because the colors of my room are mostly whites, blacks, grays, and light blues. So I definitely think the pastel pinks, oranges, and yellows give my room that pop of color it needs, and it doesn't make the artwork feel out of place in my room. What's also great about Tailored Canvases is that they use UV resistant ink to print their designs, which helps preserve the quality of the artwork over time. I found this absolutely amazing because my room gets a lot of sunlight. So it is really nice to know that the color and the detail of this canvas won't fade. Their canvases also come ready to hang, so mounting it in your home is super easy. Also, by shopping with Tailored Canvases, you are supporting local artists in the USA, which is always a plus in my opinion. So if you're looking for some beautiful, high quality artwork for your home, be sure to check out Tailored Canvases. You can find the link to their website in the description box below, and if you use my code RACHA15, you can get 15% off your order. Thank you Tailored Canvases for sponsoring this video, and without further ado, let's get into the list of books I want to read before 2023. The first book is Carrie, Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So I actually read this book already, I just finished it. I started creating this list of books I wanted to read before 2023 last week, and this was the first book I put on the list, but I didn't get a chance to film this video until right now. So in between that time, I started creating this reading list and filming this video. I ended up picking up this book and finishing it in 3 days. Because I already finished this book, I'm just gonna give you guys a little review of it. This book is about a woman named Carrie Soto, and she was a phenomenal tennis player. She was the best in the world. She ends up retiring for a few years, but during her retirement, there's another woman who's amazing at tennis, and she comes very close to breaking Carrie Soto's title and records. So that drives Carrie Soto to come out of retirement, and she starts to train in tennis again and join the competitive circuit again, just so she doesn't have to lose her title. This book is so good. I absolutely loved it. I remember really enjoying playing the sport when I was young, so this book was kind of like a throwback for me in terms of tennis, which is one of the reasons why I enjoyed it. Also, this book shows you the life of a competitive athlete. Throughout most of my life, I was a figure skater, and as a figure skater, I did do competitions. So while reading this book, I felt like I could connect with it because of the competitive athlete lifestyle. I might just be biased at this point because I've just loved every single Taylor Jenkins Reid book I've read so far, but I did give this book 5 stars on Goodreads, and I highly recommend any tennis player, lover, or competitive athlete to read this book. Even if you do not carry any of those titles, I still recommend you to read this book because it's just so good. The next book is Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This is the book that I'm actually currently reading. After I finished Carrie Soto is Back, I immediately picked up this book. Thunderhead is the second book in the Arc of Sith series. I wish I could tell you what this book is about right now, but I can't because it is the second book, and if I did tell you, I would be giving you spoilers, and I don't want that. What I can tell you is that it is a young adult fantasy that can be kind of dark sometimes, but I think that darkness is what makes this read really exciting. Maybe I could tell you what the first book is about. So it gives you a little idea what the story story of the series is. The first book is Sith. This book and series showcases a world where there's no hunger, disease, war, or misery. Humanity has conquered all of those things, and it has also conquered death. And there's these people in the story called Sith, and their job is to end life, and they are commanded to do so in order to keep the size of the population down, because in this world you can't really die. If you get injured and it ends up in death, you can be revived and be back to normal in a couple of days. That's how this world in this series works. So these two teenagers, Citra and Rowan, they are chosen to apprentice a Sith, a job neither of them wants, and they are trained to master the skill of taking life. Yeah, so this book really follows the journey of Rowan and Citra as they apprentice a Sith, and they learn the lifestyle and what it's like to be a Sith. I finished this book a couple of weeks ago, and it was so good and I couldn't put it down. So that is why I had to pick up the second book in the series, because I just need to know what happens. I have like 100 pages left of the second book, and so far I can tell you that it is still so good. So if you haven't read the series yet, I highly recommend it. The next book I want to read this year, I don't actually have a physical copy of it yet, but the book is The Toll, and it is the third book in the Arc of Sith series. Because I enjoyed the first book so much and I'm enjoying the second book a lot, you already know I have to read the third book and finish the series, and I really want to finish the entire series before the end of the year. I do plan on buying the physical copy of this book. I haven't ordered it yet, but I am going to order it soon because it still has to ship to my house. I don't know if I'm going to read this book next. I might pick up another book in this list before I pick up The Toll, but I definitely know that I'm going to read that book and finish the series before the end of the year. The next book is also a book that I don't have a physical copy of yet, but the book is called Gleanings, also by Neil Shusterman. I believe it just came out, and it is the novella in the Arc of Sith series. It comes after the third book, so let's call this book number 3.5. If I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really know what it's about, but you guys already know that I am enjoying the series, and you know that just means I have to read every single book in the series. I don't know when I'm going to get this book yet. I believe this book is only in hardcover right now because it is a recent release, and my copy of the first book and the second book are both in paperback, so I want to get the newest book in paperback as well, just so they can all sit together nicely on my bookshelf. So if I can't really find a paperback version of that book, then I might just hold off with buying that book for now. I might just get the ebook version for the time being and read that one instead, and then pick up the novella when I find a paperback version. The next book on this reading list is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. It is the first book in the Crescent City series. I actually started reading this book last year in December 2021, but I DNF'd it because it was just so slow in the beginning. I just couldn't get into it. As you can see, I started tabbing this book and I've read only a third of it. To be exact, I stopped reading on page 336. Honestly, I don't remember much of the story, so reading this book, I wouldn't be picking up where I left off. I would have to start from the very beginning. And if I'm gonna be completely honest, I really don't know if I'm going to pick up this book by the end of the year. I put it on my list because I should finish it, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Sarah J. Maas is one of my favorite authors, but this book just wasn't it for me. This is a fantasy read, and the first chunk of the book is a heck ton of world building. For me, if there's just a ton of world building and not much else, it's just really hard for me to stay engaged into the story, and that's why I DNF'd this book. I don't know, I'm more into character and plot-driven stories than I am into world building. I do find world building important and definitely necessary in a fantasy read, but I just don't like when there's a heck ton of it. The next book is The Stationery Shop by, I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce the name right, Marjan Kamali? I honestly don't know if that's right, so please correct me if I'm wrong. This is a historical fiction novel that one of my friends recommended me. This past year, I've read a few historical fiction novels and I've enjoyed all of them, so I think that might be one of my favorite genres, which is why I'm excited to start this historical fiction novel. I actually really think I'm gonna like this one a lot. Not only is this a historical fiction novel, but I think it has a little bit of romance in it as well, and I think you can never go wrong with a little bit of romance, especially during the holiday season. The next book on my list is The Couple Next Door. I also don't have a physical copy of the book yet. This is a thriller and mystery novel. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't read much of mysteries or thrillers yet, but I do want to get into it. Lately, I've been checking out a lot of thriller and mystery novels. I've read the synopsis of each of those books and they all sound really good. So next year, I really want to get more into the thriller and mystery genre, but I thought I would start to get into it a little bit this year. So that is why I put this book on my end of the year TBR. Reading what The Couple Next Door is about, it sounds like a really interesting story and a good introduction into the mystery thriller genre for me. The next book I want to read is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Okay, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of nervous about reading this book just because I've read Beach Read by Emily Henry and I like that book a lot. And I've also read Emily Henry's other book, People We Meet on Vacation, and I didn't like that one at all. It really just wasn't it for me, so that's why I'm kind of nervous to start this book of hers. The next book I want to read is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This book is also another book that I don't have a physical copy of yet. I actually added this book to my TBR recently just because I've heard nothing but good things about it. It's so popular on BookTube, BookTok, and Goodreads, and I've literally heard no bad reviews about it. Everybody just keeps saying it's such a cute young adult romance and it's a must read. So yeah, I finally added it to my reading list. This book does not give off holiday vibes, but it does give off happiness, I'm sure. So I definitely think it's a good book for me to read during the holidays just because of that happy vibe. But if I'm gonna be completely honest, I just really haven't been into reading romances lately. So I'm really hoping I get a chance to pick up this book by the end of the year, but I only want to pick it up when I'm in a romance mood just so I can give it a fair shot. The last book on my end of the year TBR is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I absolutely love TJR in her writing, but this book of hers is one of her older novels, so they're not as popular as her recent books. But out of her older novels, I heard One True Loves is probably one of the best, so I'm excited and a little bit nervous to read this book. I can't exactly remember what this book is about, so let me just read you the back of the book. In her 20s, Emma Blair marries her high school sweetheart Jessie. They build a life for themselves far away from the expectations of their parents and the people of their hometown in Massachusetts. They travel the world together, Emma as a freelance writer, Jessie as a production assistant on nature documentaries, living life to the fullest and seizing every opportunity for adventure. On their first wedding anniversary, Jessie is on an assignment on an island when his helicopter goes missing over the Pacific. Just like that, Jessie is gone forever. Emma quits her job and moves home in an effort to put her life back together. Years later, now in her 30s, Emma runs into an old friend, Sam, and finds herself falling in love again. When Emma and Sam get engaged, it feels like Emma's second chance at happiness. That is, until Jessie is found. He's alive and he's been trying to come home to her all these years. Emma now has a husband and a fiance, but who is her one true love? And what does it even mean to love truly? Emma knows she has to listen to her heart. She's just not sure what it's saying. That sounds so juicy and so good. I honestly don't know what someone would do if they have a fiance and a husband. Like, how do you even go about resolving that mess? Reading the book description made me a little bit more confident that I might actually like this book. So I think I might actually pick up this book really soon because it actually sounds really, really good. Man, looking at this pile of books I have in front of me, there are so many good options and I really don't know what book I'm going to pick up next after I finish reading Thunderhead. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all the books that I want to read before the end of the year. The holiday season is coming and I know I don't have any holiday books on my list, which is a little bummer now that I think of it. But honestly, I have a stack of books I have on my shelf that I just want to get through so I can take myself off of my unofficial book buying ban. The reason why I call it an unofficial book buying ban is because I mentally tell myself that I cannot buy any more books, but somehow I still end up buying books. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you guys haven't already done so, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to stay up to date of when and what I post. On my channel, I create a lot of lifestyle videos and a lot of book content, so if you're interested in those, you should definitely subscribe. And before I go, in the comments down below, let me know what's on your end of the year TBR. I would love to hear what your end of the year reading goals are. Also, be sure to check out Tailored Canvases and all the amazing artwork they have to offer. The link to their website and my discount code are in the description box below. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye now.
Pull the key out the ignition. Run your mouth but I never listen. You hold me back, will never last. Keep talking all your shit. Wondering how all this started. You left me broken hearted. You flip my words, yeah, this love hurts. Keep talking all your shit.